Hi everyone, in this video I'll be reading the edited version of Shhh, Shhh, Olga, Not So Loud. Now I do have a super fan going on, like, this is just the first speed. So hopefully you can hear me over the fan noises. If not, the text is on screen. And you can put captions on, fairly certain. So... here are pictures of my first draft. Then, audio recording now complete, which is what I'm currently working on. If you want to pause, you can. To read that, if you want to pause, you can. I'm about to find out what the good copy how long the good copy takes me to read. If you want to pause, you can. This is based on the show Violetta, in case you didn't, in case I didn't say that before and you didn't pick up on it. Okay. I also need to check for after Grammarly, because I'd only recorded before Grammarly edited it, so I changed it to Shhh, Olga, Not So Loud from Shhh, Not So Loud, Olga. I felt like Shhh, Olga, Not So Loud sounded better. So we're at the Castillos. Angelica, now I'm not sure how her name is spelled, so I apologize. There's probably multiple different ways I tried to spell it. So you can correct it in the comments, but just be nice about it. Spelling is not my forte. So, when sometimes I think something looks right spelled, and then someone else looks at it and I'm like, yeah, that's not right. So, I honestly don't know how to spell Angelica. I don't know if it's with a J or a G, number one, to start off with. So, anyway. And I believe that's what Angie's mom's name is, right? Now I'm second guessing myself. Pretty sure it's Angelica. Alright, anyway. Angelica has knocked on the door. Olga answers, "Hi," sees who it is and is confused. "Angelica, what are you doing here?" Angelica tells, "I'm here to get Angelus to tell the truth to Herman and Violetta." Olga's certain, "You must be mistaken. Angelus doesn't live here." Angelica figures, then she must be living under a false name, though I have no idea what that name is, lying. She has told me that she's living in her sister's old place with her niece. Oh, I can hear her now. "So please, let me in, Olga. I'll even let you eavesdrop on our conversation." Olga allows, "Fine, you can come in. But please don't tell Herman I let you in." Olga hides secretly to eavesdrop. And I forgot to mention this, but Angelica did agree to not tell Herman that Olga was the one who let her in. I just forgot to mention it. 5 minutes later, Angie's just walked in. Angie sees, surprised. Angie sees Angelica and has a surprised silent gasp. Mad and quiet. "What are you doing here, Mother? You're gonna blow my cover." Angelica, again, don't know how to spell her name. Angelica points out, "It's just not fair. You lied your way into having a relationship with Violetta, but didn't let me in on it. Now you have a relationship with Violetta, and I don't." Angie, not Angel. Though I'm sure she wouldn't have any problem being called that. Anyway. Angie informs, Look, I understand that, but Herman knows you, so you couldn't be a part of my scheme." Angelica knowingly, "But he knows you too, and you managed to fool him into thinking you never met." Angie reveals, "It's different for me. The last time he saw me, I was a kid, so it's easier for me to fool him. And he'll be home any minute now. So if he sees you, it's bye-bye Vilu for the both of us. Wait, Olga's shocked. Wait, Angie, your mother's Angelica? That makes you Angelist, right? I think that's it. Makes you Angelist, right? Angie putting a hand over Olga's mouth. Shh, Olga, not so loud. But yes, I am. Removes hand. I can't believe this whole time you were Angelus. Can I hug you now? Says Olga. Angie joyfully says, of course. The two hug. Romola walks in and is confused. What's with the hugging? Sees Angelica. Hey, what are you doing here, Angelica? You know you can't let Herman see you, right? Angelica explains. I'm here to see Angelus and Violetta. I was told they both live here. Romola explains. Now, I could be hearing her name wrong, but I hear a T at the end of it when she says, when they refer to Angie by her full name, I do hear a T at the end of it, but I am going off of the English dubbed version, so you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it might just be Angelus with no T, but Angelist sounds better to me. No offense if either is your name. It's like Angelist to me is like I didn't finish my sentence. Angelist is finishing a sentence kind of thing. If that makes any sense. So, anyway. Romola explains, Angelus doesn't live here, but Violetta does. And Herman won't be happy if he sees you here. Angelica knowing, oh, you're wrong about Angelus not living here. She does. You just call her by a nickname, similar to how you call Violetta Vilu for short. You call Angelus Angie for short. Romola shocked. Wait, Angelus is Angie? The two are no longer hugging. Angie reveals, it's true, my real name is Angelus. Please, don't tell Violetta and Herman. I'll tell them when the timing's right. Romola assures, don't worry, I won't say anything. Angie appreciative says, thank you, Romola. Romola assures, no problem. Can I hug you? Angie shocked. What about personal space? Romola reveals, it doesn't matter right now. So can I have a hug or not? Of course you can. The two hug. They break from the hug just seconds before Violetta and Herman come through the front door. Angelica. Herman confused. Angelica, what are you doing here? You know what? I don't care. Get out of my house, madly pointing to the door. Angie, defensively. What the heck? I don't know what happened there. Defensively says, Herman, hear her out before you kick her out. Herman, mad. Quit defending her. She stood by her husband's decision for Maria to go on the tour where the accident happened. Angie explains, look, I understand you're mad, but please, let her at least tell you why she's here. Fine, go ahead, says Herman, annoyed. Angelica repeats, I'm here to see Angelus and Violetta. Herman shocked. Angelus is in Buenos Aires? Angelica reveals, not just Buenos Aires, but also this house this very minute. Angie shocked and wide-eyed. What are you doing? You're gonna blow my cover! Quietly, says. Angie shocked and wide-eyed. What are you doing? And then quietly says, you're gonna blow my cover! Kind of through her teeth. Angelica madly turns to face Angie. Wait a second. Okay, I think a word got removed here. I just need to do a quick edit. Okay, there was a couple words that were missing. So Angie, shocked and wide, says, "What are you doing here, Angelica?" "I'm gonna blow my cover," quietly. Angelica madly turns to face Angie. "Angelist, you are one of what used to be two people who weren't allowed to call me by my first name. So, an eye for an eye. Since you used my first name, I used yours. I'm sorry, but it's time they find out who you are to them." Correction. Who we are to them. Herman, shocked. "Wait, Angie, your real name is Angelist?" Angie, with an annoyed sarcasm, says, "Thanks a lot, Mom." "Yes, I'm the Angelist, the one who is also Violetta's aunt. And since your dad never told you," says Angie, "this is your grandmother." Violetta, mad. "How could you lie to me? I have an aunt and a grandma you never told me about? How could you?" Mad and disappointed. Herman, shocked. "You're seriously mad at me right now. Angie knew she was your aunt and didn't tell you." Violetta, mad. "Because if she had, you would have taken me away from her." Angie admits, "Violetta's not wrong, Herman. That's why I was trying to wait for the right time, but my mother ruined that." Angelica calls out, "You would not have told them on your own. You would have kept procrastinating it, and I ain't getting any younger." Angie defensively says, "I would have told them one day." Angelica, knowingly, "No, you wouldn't. Besides, I talked to Pablo before I came over here. You've been wanting to get this secret off your chest since you first met Violetta and became her tutor." Violetta, shocked. "Seriously?" Angie reveals, "Yes, I wanted to say something a long time ago. I'm sorry I lied." Violetta alerts, "I can forgive you, since my dad's the reason you lied to me. My dad, on the other hand, I can't forgive. Not yet, anyway." "Why won't you forgive me?" says Herman. Angie recommends, "Put yourself in Violetta's shoes for once. Imagine for a sec that your parents hid family from you for 10, 15 years. Would you forgive them just like that? No. You would need some time to process first. There's some time to first process the new info before you could even consider forgiving your parents for lying to you." Herman admits, "I guess I never thought about it that way before now." Violetta, appreciative, says, "Thank you, Angie. Now, can you guys give me a few minutes to process this on my own?" "I'm going to my room to do so." Violetta goes to her room. Matthias and Jade have just entered the living room. Matthias sees Angelica. "Who's this young lady?" Angelica happily, "Ooh, I like him." "And I'm Angelica. I'm also Maria and Angela's mother." Jade wonders, "Who's Angelist?" Angie reveals, "I am. Angie's short for Angelist." Jade tells, "I knew I heard that right." "Heard what?" "The other day," reveals Jade, "while Angie was in the study, I heard her say, 'I miss you, sister,' while looking at a photo of Maria. She tried to make me believe I heard something wrong at the time, though." "Okay, so you two are Violetta's grandma and aunt, right?" says Matthias. Angie and Angelica say in unison, "Yes, we are." Matthias, surprised, "Wow." While they get to know each other. Meanwhile, with Violetta in her room. One sec. Violetta writing in her diary, "I met my aunt and grandmother today. I can't wait to grow my relationship with them." 15 minutes later, 15 minutes later, someone knocks on Violetta's door. Violetta, mad, "If you're my dad, I'm not ready to talk to you yet." Angelica tells, "It's your grandmother and aunt, sweetie." "It's okay." Violetta allows, "Okay, you can come in." Angie and Angelica are now sitting on Violetta's bed with her. Angelica notices, "Wait, you keep a diary like your mother?" Violetta happily says, "Yeah, I have her diary as well." Gives Angelica her mother's diary, like Maria's diary, just to clarify if there was any confusion. Angelica, with tears of joy. Oh my gosh! And then reads it. 1 week later, in the living room, Violetta requests, "Yeah, can we talk?" "Of course," says Herman. "I forgive you for lying to me," says Violetta. Herman says, "Thank you, and I'm sorry for lying to you." Violetta tells, "I accept your apology." Everyone's happy. There's no more secrets between them. The end of Shh, Olga, not so loud. I hope you enjoyed this story. My inspiration. I thought, what if Angelica, there's either a C or a K somewhere in there. C. Angelica? Is that it? Tell me what the right spelling is in the comments, because I don't know. Okay, I thought, what if Angelica showed up at the Castillos? That should be a capital. Looking for Angie and Violetta. Then I also thought, what if, while spying, Olga found out about Angie being Angelist? And that was my inspiration for Shh, not so loud, Olga. The 7 is what number in the notebook it is. So I've numbered all the stories in the notebook, and that's story number 7. So that's why there's a 7 there. I guess I should have deleted it. Oh well. That's my inspiration for Shh, Olga, not so loud. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. Edit's final spell check from March 25th, 2026 at 9:39 p.m. to March 28th. At 1:17 a.m. Alright. Now I have to mark how long it took me to read this into the time it took me to read the final draft. I'm going to go with 18 minutes. Alright, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching.